Welcome to Fight Night Hearthstone Edition, featuring some of the top players from around the world. With $15,000 of prize money on the line, who will go home the Hearthstone champion? This is Fight Night.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another season of Hearthstone Fight Night here at ESGN TV. It's time for Season 6, where we have Clarity Gaming facing off against Managrind. I hope you guys like the new set, but we're also having a lot of the same old rules where you guys know and love. Before we meet the players, let's talk to Crip and Artozas over at the commentator's desk.
Thanks, Frodan. Crip, we are back for another season Fight Night. Season 6 now.
Season 6.
Feels like a second home here.
Well, it's by the fire in the inn, keeping nice and cozy. We got the matching attire. We got the matching centerpiece.
Yeah.
What more can you want?
You know, it's a much more themed Fight Night this time.
Yeah.
It's a very cozy set indeed.
Yeah.
I like the changes. How about you?
I actually believe that the changes we have to the setting will actually improve the gameplay directly.
Okay, I'm with you on that. And now, let's talk about the players, the teams that we have here. We actually have a new team this time, Clarity Gaming.
Yeah, we talked to them a little bit in the interviews, and I have to say, more so than the fight nights before, I'm actually a little bit excited to see some of these games go down. It's a lot of players that I haven't seen play for that long, but man, did some of them seem confident. So with confidence, you got the crushing victories or the crushing defeats.
That's right. Both sides kind of think that they're going to destroy the other side.
Yep.
So we'll see. Can Clarity take out Managrind, or will Managrind be able to beat them? You know, in each fight night, it's been very close overall. We've never had a 5-0. We've only had one 4-1. And generally speaking, teams go even against each other.
Yeah. I mean, Hearthstone is a game where you have a small edge, and that makes you a really good player. But, you know, sometimes you get to show it, and maybe this will be one of those times.
Well, let's go ahead and look at a quick video about our players.
And now let's meet the players for Team Managrind, Puffin, Dark Wonyx, Duck Wingface, and Realz. And the newcomers, Team Clarity Gaming, that's admirable. Puffin, Chacky, and Kit Kats.
My name is Dark Wonyx, Johan Hansson. I play for Team Managrind, and I'm the team captain.
So I'm Ryan Realz Masterson, playing for Team Managrind here at ESGN.
I'm Sebastian Force, and I play for Team Managrind.
Hello, my name is Anders Buktorgård. I play on Team Managrind, and my gaming name is Duckling Face.
My name is Nathan Zamora. My ID is That's Admirable, and I play for Clarity Gaming.
Hi, I'm Keaton Gill, Chalky, and I play for Team Clarity.
Hi, my name is Stephen Puffin Chang, and I play for Clarity Gaming.
Hello, my name is Andrew Vargas, and also known as Kit Kats, and I play for Clarity Gaming.
So here are the rules for Fight Night Hearthstone Edition. 8 players form 2 teams and battle it out 4v4. The 2 team captains will decide which players will face off in the next round. Now the battle begins. In order to win, the player has to beat all 3 of his rivals' decks. After all the players have battled solo, it's time for the final ace match. All 4 players on each team unite in a grand showdown to find out who is the strongest. Ultimately, the stakes are high. Teams can win as much as $5,000 for crushing their opponents. If one team manages to go even further and clean sweep their opponents, the winners will receive a huge bonus reward of $5,000 on top.
All right, so you've seen our players, you've seen the rules.
Let's go to Frodan and see who's playing.
Thanks, Crip and Artozas. I'm joining the Clarity Gaming Corner. I'm first going to talk to Puffin. Now, you guys have come all the way from NA. You're going to be facing a lot of these EU guys and Realz. What do you guys think about this matchup? Are you guys excited to be here?
Oh, we're super excited to be here, and we hope to put on a really good show.
Well, I'm really excited for you guys. You have a lot of hype behind some of your players. I'm going to talk to That's Admirable or just Admirable. You're the captain of Clarity Gaming. Does that actually mean anything for the process of preparation? How are you guys preparing for this event?
Well, it's the captain's not really just like an honorary title. It's sort of just like you're like the pinpoint connected to like the upper guys. It's like, make sure everyone practices. And I'm like, hey guys,
Right,
practice.
so you're the people that people complain to.
Right, yeah, that's me. I'm the sort of the middleman in that regard.
All right, cool. Well, do you guys feel really confident in going up against Managrind overall, especially since now you guys get to pick the order of which you send the players? You guys are feeling very good. Must be.
Yeah, we're definitely feeling pretty good about that. I think, I've tried to be humble the whole time, but the closer it gets, like the less humble I feel. The whole world seems to feel bite-sized in that regard.
All right, cool. And the last question goes to Chalky. You were sitting on the other side, him, Mike. You're sitting on the other side of this stage last time you were here. You're gonna bring some surprises and getting bust out Chalky style.
I don't know if there will be many surprises from me, but yeah, I'm definitely ready to face my old team and take them down.
All right. Well, good luck, guys, in your upcoming match.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I'm over in the western corner with Managrind once again. Welcome back, fellas.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, so Realz, I'm going to start with you. You're the only NA representative this time as you guys replace Chalky with Duckwing Face. But you guys feeling pretty good because Duckwing's one of the strongest members on Managrind, no?
Yeah, definitely. He was even here physically last time. He got to see the whole process. He understands the way our team works, and he's as much a part of the team as anyone who was here last time. Really easy transition having him in here. And I'm definitely hoping for the best with that.
All right, so I want to ask Dark Onyx, as the captain, you said last time you were here, you're feeling pretty calm and confident. You guys had a really good showing. You personally played extremely well with some of your decks. This time around, you guys are even more comfortable because it's your second time back, and most teams feel like they're not as hungry as they are in the first time. Is that true?
I would say that's pretty true. It's a patch hit. We have all the deck lists has changed a bit. And we're excited because the second time we're here, we're more relaxed, we're more prepared. I feel like a second home.
Well, it's a tavernous feel.
Yeah,
so
this is home. This is home for real.
All right, so then my next question goes to Duckwing. It is your first time. Do you feel a little bit of the nerves, like a pressure to perform?
Yes, I do. But I'm also really excited at the same time. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Excited to bring some priest surprises, maybe?
Oh, maybe.
Okay, well, I'm looking forward to it. And last, Forsen, people had a lot of fun with some of the antics. They're ready for some Swedish flair, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Forsen decks are the best decks.
Yep.
All right, well, you guys are going to definitely have the pressure on because you are the returning team. Good luck in your first match.
Thanks.
Laddies and gals, it's time to find out who our first two players from Clarity and Managrind were playing in the first match of Season 6 of Fight Night. On a count of 3, please send your first players. 1, 2, 3. From Team Managrind, it's Realz. And from Team Clarity Gaming, it's Puffin, Clash of NA Titans. Realz, were you surprised at all by this pick?
I don't think I was surprised. I thought that there was a good chance it would be Puffin, in a way. I'm happy it is.
And so, Puffin, why are you going first for Clarity Gaming?
I didn't really care which order I played in, and I was happy to go first and give my team a good start.
Well, historically, the team that wins first has always been Doggy House here at Fight Night, but it's going to be different this time around. Good luck, gentlemen, in your first match.
All right, so we have our first match. It's going to be Puffin against Realz.
The Californians of the tournament.
That's right. Also the oldest player on each team.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, these guys, they have a lot of experience. Should be a very good match. But before we see that match, let's go ahead and jump to a quick commercial break.
Stay tuned for more Fight Night. Welcome back to Fight Night.
So my expectation for this Fight Night, against Clarity, I think that objectively, it would be a very, very difficult, match or road for us. But I think that, we will come out very strong. I do think that we will prevail. And I'd like to think that we are capable and will win both weeks, and fingers crossed that at least one of those wins predicted is 4-1 or better.
So if I have to name scores for both days, the realist in me would say 4-1, 4-1. I guess that's more of the optimist in me, I guess. Realist is probably 3-2, 3-2. But our goal is 5-0, 5-0. there has not been a team that has gone 5-0. We want to be that team. And if we do, that is a good accomplishment. And that will make, our team happy, us happy, our sponsors happy. And it would be really cool.
All right, Crip. It is time, and we know the decks that they're going to be starting with.
Rogue versus Rogue.
That's right. But these Rogue decks, they're not mirrors. No. We have an Auctioneer-style Rogue, a Miracle Rogue, as it's called, coming out of Realz here.
Yeah, we've seen these type of Rogue decks have a lot of success and a lot of failures in past fight nights.
That's very true. In fact, I believe it was Forsen in the last set of fight nights. Got a lot of wins with his Miracle Rogue deck. So we're going to have that Miracle Rogue. And then, of course, we have a more regular Rogue, but still kind of interesting coming out of Puffin.
Yeah, it's kind of strange to call these decks like arena decks still, but it's a lot of cards that you would love to see when you do the arena stuff. The bulky creatures, the stuff that's just mid-gamey and kind of annoying. And these are pretty much the type of decks that I play when I play constructed, but obviously they're not as refined, and I can imagine this would do much better.
Probably, I would say so. Well, this game should be starting shortly. What do you think? Who is going to take down this first game?
I feel like the more control-y Rogue has the edge with the Argus drops, just because they can shut off the aggression. I mean, nothing aside from the eviscerates and maybe the SI can really get through a wall of taunts.
That's right.
And that seems to be the blocking point when you're trying to
maybe like a
opponent.
big blade for you or something could help out with that.
It looks like we're in the game here in the mulligan stage, and we got the card you want to get.
That's right. When you're playing this wonderful Miracle Rogue deck, you really want to have your gadgets on Auctioneer, and it looks like Puffin is gonna, or rather Realz is gonna start with it.
Yeah, you also mentioned before all this that Loot Hoarder is kind of a new addition to the type of deck.
Yeah. In fact, Realz is playing a couple Loot Hoarders here, and this is actually because Nat Pagle got so heavily nerfed. You have to have something else in there to draw yourself some cards. So in this case, instead of using, like, let's say an Acolyte of Pain, he's using Loot Hoarder instead. And that could throw off his opponent as well. When you see that drop out, you don't just automatically think this is Miracle Rogue.
Right. So here I think you just dagger up and get rid of that thing. You can coin the Argent Squire because you have a 3-play and then a 4-play next turn. So I think that's also pretty strong. But if you don't coin, you're expecting your opponent to play a creature, and maybe you're trying to do a dagger up Deadly Poison or just a Harvest Golem by itself.
Yeah, so just saving that coin for now. And looking at this hand, oh, look at this. He's just going to play the SI7 agent on the naked board. How do you like that move?
I think we've seen this quite a few times, even at the ESGN fight nights, where because you don't really know what your opponent is playing, and Realz may think that Puffin is playing the same type of rogue deck that he has. And in that case, the 2 damage hitting a creature is fairly irrelevant, especially when compared to just getting a body out there.
Yeah, that's actually true. And Puffin has used Miracle Rogue a decent amount in the past, so that definitely could be what he's thinking here, because that's exactly the type of play we saw from Forsen when he was playing Miracle Rogue last time.
I think here you dagger Deadly Poison. I think you do not Argent Squire, because if Puffin's really tuned into the game, not only does he realize that he's playing against Miracle Rogue, but he may realize that he's playing against Miracle Rogue who thinks that he's playing Miracle Rogue against him.
Yeah. All right.
And Argent Squire might throw that off.
Yeah.
1 turn sooner than it has to.
That is true. And do you really need that 1/1 out there? No, not really. It's not going to do all that much.
Yeah. Well, all it was going to do is die, pretty much, as it's going to be a Shiv dagger play from Realz.
All right, so Realz right now with 2 Gachazons in hand. He already has a Leroy. He already has 2 Shadow Steps and an Eviscerate. This is like a ridiculous amount of damage that we already see. 2 Shadow Steps with Leroy. That's like, he doesn't even need these Gachazons, really. He almost has it, right?
Well,
that's
we'll
18.
See. Yeah, if you get those taunts up, though, it can be difficult to get through.
That is quite true. Well, he does have 1 Eviscerate to help get rid of that.
So here I think it's going to be the Harvest Golem Squire play, and it does reveal to Realz what he's playing, and Realz is nodding his head.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
realizing what's
He's
going
like,
on.
oh.
Yeah, this is the deck I'm playing against.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't really expecting that. It looks like it. He definitely was tricked there for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so from here, I mean, do you drop your Gajazon? I guess you know you have two. You may as well drop one.
I am not sure how to play this deck.
You don't play much Miracle Rogue, huh?
I used to, but
well, I know that you like Arena. Do you ever try to draft a Miracle Rogue deck in Arena?
Usually when you're doing Arena, the easiest Miracle type deck to make is Druid.
Oh yeah?
Because you just pick up all the rats, all the Starfires, and you see a Gadget and you get excited.
How do you have a lot of success with that one, Crip?
Yeah, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
But I was thinking that if you play Gadgeton, you Shadow Step him, but if you Shadow Step him with Leroy in hand with another Shadow Step, that would kind of suck.
Yeah, I mean, the 2 Shadow Steps plus Leroy equals so much damage right now, and the fact that he has a second Gajazon, I think this one just kind of like buys him some time, maybe even gives him some incoming damage if that weapon actually hits him in the face. And looks like he is going to go ahead and take this out. Of course, anytime you see the Gajazon Auctioneer, you have to kill it immediately. It can't even live one turn or you generally end up losing.
I was thinking that he would not Argus the existing Squire, but he seems to really value the amount of life that he has left.
Well, you know, sometimes you have to against Miracle Rogue. It does so much damage so explosively. And yeah, I think this is probably maybe go for that deadly poison. Maybe even well, he's at 23 life, and you do have this Blood Mage Thalnos. If you can get rid of the taunt, though, it's like almost lethal time already if you use the Eviscerate on him. So he could do something like weapon attack this Argent Squire.
I kind of like weapon attack, maybe even Eviscerate the Squire.
But if you save Eviscerate with the Blood Mage, then you can actually go ahead and hit him for 5, and that brings him to 18, which is then you have lethal in hand.
Here we go.
I like this. I like this.
Well, I think this part of the turn you do anyway. I think that's why he's doing it first.
All right, so still thinking is Realz. But do you use that Eviscerate? Thing is, he has to be looking at the damage output. If he had one more mana, this turn would be really easy.
Yeah, I think the other thing you also obviously do is Blood Mage.
Yeah. There's really not any reason to not throw him out there, I would say. The thing is, let's see, with 6 mana, he has to wait until turn 8 to be able to go off with Leroy, so he just needs to kind of control the board with all these taunts. And the thing is, look at the hand of Puffin. He doesn't have any other taunt givers in there at all. I mean, he has a lot of card draw, so maybe he can get some, but...
Well, he can sprint next turn if he feels he has commanding board control with the coin.
Yeah, that's true.
And, I mean, he only has 1 more Argus in the deck, but, you know, I think that would probably give him the game if he gets it.
You think the Argus would give the game? Actually, you might be right on that. That is a possibility. Do you sprint here, Crip?
I think you might push for damage.
Push for damage?
Yeah. So maybe as your Drake and then coin Blade Fury, or maybe Chillwind Blade Fury.
You would like to Blade Fury here, really? I don't
mean,
really like
what
it
else
here.
are you gonna kill with it? A concealed.
Thing is, you can just
Auctioneer or
attack and
something,
deal the same amount of damage. Unless, I mean, if you wanted it to get rid of the Thalnos, so you get 2 extra damage from your...
2 extra damage.
Well, that's value damage, I guess. Looks like he's just going to play this Harvest Golem instead.
Yep, fill the board. And I think here you just... Do you attack? No.
Yeah, it looks like he wants to save that just in case. And with the Blade Fury in hand, I guess that is a smart move.
Actually, that's true. If he saves the Blade Flurry, because he has a Drake, he can kill a concealed Auctioneer now.
Ooh. Alright, 2 deadly poisons. Has that Eviscerate as well. I think what I would do here is probably at 23 health, how afraid of you are you of actually dying next turn? Let's see, he has 8, 10, 12...
Eviscerate the Squire?
15 on board. Eviscerate the Squire? I think I would actually Deadly Poison, attack Squire, and go ahead and eviscerate the Yeti, maybe.
Well, you would eviscerate just the Yeti, because you have the preparation, reducing the mana cost, so you wouldn't deadly poison first in that case.
Well, either way, I mean, that's going to use up all your mana, so... Because you have 2 mana left.
I mean, you can eviscerate the Squire, and then deadly kill the Yeti.
Well, yeah, but why would you do that? Wouldn't you prefer to... Well, I guess you could just to draw the extra cards. That makes sense. Okay, Realz is actually having a lot of thinking time here. You know, there's a lot of pressure on Realz, because he didn't win any matches in Season 5.
He is 0-2 in his Fight Night record, and I don't know if I personally scared him, but I told him how confident the other team is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Realz was actually one of the players that thought this would be a close match. He's one of the very few players thinking that, in fact. All right, so it looks like we're going to get some deadly poisons coming out. Drawing a couple extra cards. Ooh, a backstab as well. Very nice.
You can backstab the 2-1 now?
Yeah, I would say so. Right now, Puffin not looking too happy, quick.
No.
His board is being destroyed. A lot of cards are being drawn.
Yep. Yeah, this game is almost certainly Realz' game.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you agree?
It's hard to imagine Realz losing this one, that's for sure.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I actually like that move. There's no reason to attack. If something gets taunt, then you use it on that. Because he's got lethal in hand. There's no way he's going to die. Well, I don't even know what he's fishing for here. He's actually just dead next turn, unfortunately for him.
He can really play with the spell damage there.
Yeah. Oh, that's a nice move. Well, unfortunately for Puffin, he is going to be going down.
Well, let's see if Realz decides to BM his way through here.
Well, he's already clapped for himself, so I think there's a good chance.
Okay.
He even has 2 Cold Bloods. This is like, he could overkill so heavily.
Yep. Right here, this is the 14 damage Leroy on the 7 health opponent. Or not.
Looks like he's not going to actually do any over... Well, he could. He could attack him now and bring him down.
Oh, wow. The good manner kill.
Yeah, that's right. He didn't BM there at all. I'm actually a little bit surprised from the way he played last
a little bit disappointed.
I'm a little bit disappointed as well, I have to say. I was really looking forward to Realz being bad manner there, but unfortunately being nice with Puffin.
So Realz takes the first game. I was kind of rooting for Puffin.
Were you?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I think the team is a little bit more hungry.
It certainly is, but I mean, the uphill battle, maybe that'll make them even more hungry.
Yeah,
but
that might be true.
It seriously is an uphill battle, though. When you lose that first game, your opponent can then counter your decks. It's going to be much harder for you because you're a deck behind.
Yeah, in the history of Fight Night and in general in this type of format, dropping the first game, I don't know the percentages, but basically in my mind it sucks.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
It's beyond sucks. It's like, what, 90% or something?
I don't know if it's that bad. But
it's pretty bad. There's been very few comeback victories. That first game is super important.
Well, Puffin has proved himself in the past, so we'll have to see just how it'll play out.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and listen in and see what the players are thinking.
That was good. That was important.
Backstabs and loot hoarders and stuff. You could do it.
Yeah, if you had a second defender Vargas, the weapon would have helped me break them.
Yeah, I think we stand. You don't run into it, for sure.
There's nothing I could have done. There was only one play that I could have done a different play where I could have hit his face with my face on the Auctioneer and then traded with the Argent and then put a Glutrons.
I actually think he misplayed the first Argus because you don't want to play Argus.
Yeah, he did.
You don't want to play Argus while they can clear it before they're ready to combo you out. You want to play it the turn before they combo you out.
I think you should have saved Defender instead of defending the trade. Because you need the taunts.
You have to kill your creatures right at the start, no matter what.
I thought about that, but I didn't want to take the 4 damage from the Auctioneer. I was trying to keep my life total high. So.
I think for sure he'll play Hunter and his odds are really good.
Yeah.
I mean, I have won before, with Miracle Rogue against Hunter. It's just, you need a nice curvy draw, and they need to kind of be a little derpy.
Yeah.
If their hand is really trap heavy, you usually just lose.
Yeah.
Ideally, you just win the next 3 with Hunter, but
Yeah,
that's okay. No, you will. I just want all of us to lose with everything that isn't Hunter.
I think Hunter's probably strong against all the other matchups actually. Yeah.
Well, there is
Hopefully
the chance that the Hunter is a more mid-range because I saw him play a different Hunter, but it's probably not. But if it is, you might have a better chance.
I'll have a better chance, but not
it's
massively
still,
better.
No, it's still pretty bad.
It is definitely still bad. Hero Power Man.
Actually, that matchup is fairly much better. Actually, it's like if you sap the high main, that's so.
Or like a Houndmaster buffed creature.
You sap that shit.
It's better. It is better.
Yeah.
It still hurts though.
It's still uphill.
Especially.
Yeah, they play freezing traps. Yeah.
I was surprised he ran Miracle into it. I was really surprised. Like when he opened up Rogue, and I was like, okay. Like I
think he expected you. I think he expected you not to play the Hunter first.
Yeah, clearly. But we're gonna go Hunter now.
Leo time.
Yeah. The mid-range version plays removal. The normal version, he would have to like play a beast and then, like kill command it or like have his weapon out and like attack plus arcane shot that wastes like his whole turn.
Or just like Hunter Smart, arcane shot.
Hunter Smart, that's true.
Yeah.
Auctioneer isn't as important in this matchup.
No.
You get like 1 to card.
Stay tuned for more Fight Night. We hope you prepared for more Fight Nights.
All right, so we are back, and it looks like Puffin is going to go ahead and use his Hunter deck, which I think is a great counter.
Yeah, you said, between the Hunter and the Warrior, both would kind of work in general, but the Hunter, it's difficult to lose against the Miracle Rogue you mentioned.
I'd have to design a very specially bad hand to think that I was going to lose with a Hunter deck against Miracle Rogue.
We were going through a few, and I mean, you'd really need quite a lot of those cards, not only in the opening hand, but in the cards drawn, soon after.
Things would have to go very, very wrong for the Hunter. For the Hunter to not be able to deal 30 damage in like the 7 or 8 turns that it takes Miracle Rogue to really kill you, that's a tall order. So it's going to be a very hard one, I think, for Realz here. Well, looks like the game is starting here, Crip.
Well, the Loot Hoarder is a really good card against the Hunter. You get kind of a free kill from one of the charge creatures, I guess. So you don't.
And you got a second one. And the Deadly Poison, I mean, that's probably going to go to face. You don't really want to attack their minions too much with this.
Well, this is the type of hand that you get to stall out the game a little bit, but I don't think that's really going to work against the Hunter. I mean, you really need to get that Auctioneer and get your own damage going, like, right as soon as possible.
Very, very true. The traps actually can be a big problem as well, because they are going to have to set those off. For instance, Explosive Trap kills Leroy Jenkins, so it could be an issue. And you know what? This is actually a very good hand for Realz. I don't think he can really ask for too much more. He's got a backstab and 2 Loot Hoarders.
But he's got to draw the cards that actually kill the opponent.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't have that, the opener doesn't really matter much. Oh,
and
man.
This is a pretty bad hand here, isn't it?
We were trying to construct the terrible hands, and this has a lot of the cards we were talking about.
Yeah, we were actually on the commercial break trying to figure out, like, what cards would you have to start against Miracle Rogue to lose.
I see 3 out of 5 there.
Yes. Yes, indeed. That's kind of rough. Well, I mean, obviously... Wait, do you actually attack with the Loot Hoarder in here?
Yeah.
Looks like yes, you do. Well, he does have the second Loot Hoarder, so that makes a lot of sense as well. Kind of a weak turn there, though, by a Puffin,
Yeah.
But he doesn't really have a lot of options.
I think I would have preferred just the hero ability over the Explosive Trap.
And look, another one of those cards that you don't really want to see too early on, the Arcane Golem. That's like speeding up how quickly they can kill you, because they need a certain amount of mana.
Yeah. Well, that's a decent draw, but maybe he goes to the backstab. Well, he's in the Fan of Knives.
I would Fan of Knives here, I think, right? Oh, okay. He wants to start really getting damage on. That makes sense, actually. Yeah, deal 5 damage here, really get the damage going, as you were saying before.
I think Realz has done quite well with Rogue in his past tournaments, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's a very good rogue player. He's actually like a player that can play pretty much any deck, but the one I'm like most impressed that he plays is actually like Handlock, for instance. So, but his rogue play is very good, as we've seen.
Yeah, it does seem here like he's playing the life battle very directly. And that has to be the only way that you can try to pull off a win in this matchup.
Well, right now looking at this, I don't like any move here. This hand is just so bad. See, okay, he's just gonna go for face, and not even gonna drop the Abusive Sergeant. I think I actually would have there.
Yeah, I mean, if you drop the Abusive, you can drop an easy Golem next turn because it's likely, I think, that the Loot Hoarder will challenge the Abusive.
Yeah, there's a good chance, unless they play like a Fan of Knives or Shiv or something like that, which is definitely a possibility. And it looks like he's just gonna continue to try to race.
To the face?
To the face?
Yep.
Yeah, looks like it. All right, so this is pretty down and dirty, Crip.
Oh, there's the card you want to see.
Indeed, but let's see here. He definitely doesn't play it right now.
What would he play? The Assassin's Blade?
I think so. I think so, because then he can attack for 6 and trade here.
Okay.
And if he's attacking for 6, the thing is, your opponent is not going to do 17 damage next turn. So you hit for 6, you have Leroy in your hand. That's another 12 the next turn, at least, if he doesn't deal with the 3/3.
Yeah, but if you still don't have lethal that way.
No, you don't have lethal quite yet, but like the hunter is on such a quick clock at that point.
Yeah.
I really don't like gadgets on here, that's for sure. But I mean, I could see something like a Fan of Knives or a Shiv, but I really like the Assassin's Blade. But I would attack with that Loot Hoarder first. Knock out
of course,
this
see what
Wolf
you can get.
Yeah. Just to make sure, but I think Assassin's Blade is basically the perfect turn 5 in this scenario where you're kind of racing the hunter.
I think if you... Oh, conceal. You can Leroy here.
Yes, you can. That is actually completely true. And unless they play like I guess Explosive Trap would be the one thing you'd be scared of.
And he's already seen one.
Hey,
that's right.
Lights out.
I think he is considering playing that Leroy. He's like, what? Does he have any more traps in his hand? Because even like a Misdirection or something could mess him up a little bit going forward.
I mean, he's looking at lethal.
All right, looks like he's going to do what is a little bit of a safer option.
So many.
I don't know. I think I like the Leroy Conceal.
You like that one better, really?
I mean, you push for lethal next turn, as opposed to any other play.
That's true. That is true. But if they do have a trap out there, you don't have anything that can save your Leroy.
It's one card in the deck.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? I actually have to agree with you the more I think about this. I like the Leroy Conceal. And that's very obviously what he's thinking about. I'm actually feeling pretty bad for Puffin because I feel like Hunter is such a good matchup against this. Like I specifically choose Hunter to kill Miracle with. Like it's a counter deck, but not when you have a couple Hunter's Mark and an Arcane Golem in your hand
against the Miracle Rogue.
Yeah,
and Loot Hoarders.
Yeah, not the most useful thing. Like, you know, maybe if he was playing Acolytes instead of Loot Hoarders, he could use those.
Comes the Leroy Conceal play.
Yeah, very good play there. And that is 9 damage. You can see 10 damage. He's at 11 health. So.
Yep.
And that's it. Oh my god. Wow. Like, he can...
No, you can't. There's no can.
8, 11, 12, 13. No, that's it.
Yep.
Oh, this is actually really sad. I feel bad for Puffin right now.
I think it really comes down to using the Explosive Trap as early as he did.
Yeah, I didn't like that play too much.
Well, not only
but
that,
I understand, like, what else was he supposed to do there?
Well, the thing is, if he didn't use it there, he'd have another charge on the weapon, which is 3 damage to the face. And he didn't lose out 2 damage to the face for his opponent, because instead of Explosive Trap, he could ping him again.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Loot Hoarder would have maybe hit him once or twice, but right now, being at 7 life wouldn't really matter if you could kill your opponent.
Yeah, the Explosive Trap, you know, those traps, you have to be very careful how you use them because they really can mess up the win condition of the deck. but it was kind of used a little bit too early. The thing is, he still does have this pretty terrible hand. I think he's just going over all the possibilities and realizing there's just no way with 4 cards in hand that he is not dying next turn.
Yeah.
Just like, I don't even think we can find 4 cards on the list that don't go together for lethal for that one point, you know?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, I mean, I guess he pushes for damage here and hopes. You got it, right?
I guess so.
Well, that does set up what looks like lethal for him next turn, but unfortunately, Realz looking very, very happy here.
Yep. I mean, Realz is up 2-0. I mean, it's not over, but you were talking about 90% when it's 1-0. It can't be a better situation.
Reverse all kills are pretty difficult for him.
Yeah.
He is.
I believe you pulled one of those off, didn't you?
Yes, I did in fact do that.
Okay,
that's right.
Well, he's smiling a little bit. What happened there?
You said something nice to me.
Oh,
so
did
I'm
I?
like really kind of caught off guard, but
Oh, I thought Hearthstone was just a luck-based game, so
it's a pay-to-win game. Let's be real here. Come
okay.
on. So it looks like, I mean, 2-0 for Realz right now. The counter deck to the Miracle Rogue falling as well. Kind of a bad beat draw, but maybe a misplay there in the beginning, as you said.
I wouldn't so far call it a misplay. It's just that, you know, when you come to the point where you realize it's over, you think about the things you could have done differently, and that was one of them. But sometimes, you know, doing something differently that could have won you the game isn't exactly considered a misplay. So I think he played pretty well still. It's just didn't go as well.
Didn't have the tools he needed, really. All right, well, let's go ahead and jump over and see what these players are talking about after that kind of brutal game.
Hey guys, I'm joined with Realz, who jumped out to a quick 2-0 lead over Puffin. You must be feeling pretty good playing the Miracle Rogue.
You know, it's not over till it's over, but, you know, Miracle has done me well lately, and I'm glad it's continuing on to, you know, this edition of Fight Night. It's been one of the decks that I've played the most since last time, and so far, so good.
So far, really good. I mean, you managed to take down Hunter, which is one of its worst matchups as well.
Yeah, it is a really terrible matchup. He was right to play Hunter into, you know, the Miracle Rogue. And, you know, he had played one explosive trap early. And, you know, I kept a very aggressive hand, and it started to pan out. The point at which he had a weapon in play, and I had an uncontested 3-3 on the board, and he didn't play a trap, I felt that he didn't have another non-explosive trap. So it was really just a question of whether or not I thought he had the other explosive. I figured the odds were pretty good, certainly better than the overall matchup anyways, so I went for it, and it worked out. So
certainly did. And the last thing I want to ask you, the celebrations that you have at the end, clapping, is it more for yourself? Is it more for the fact that you're able to overcome the wins, but you do it after every game anyways? What's the clapping for? Is it trying to get inside Puffin's mind as well?
I mean, there's nothing to it really. I mean, I'm not trying to say anything. I probably look really silly. So it is just for me. It's not for anyone else. If, you know, they don't like it, so be it. It's not trying to get into his head or anything like that. I only did that once. All right. And, yeah, I mean, it's really just, especially that particular matchup is very difficult. So I was pretty excited to win.
You should be very proud of yourself, and congratulations, and hopefully you close it out 3-0. Yeah. All right, I'm joined by Puffin in the Clarity Gaming Corner. He's down 0-2. Puffin, what's been going wrong in these games?
I made a bit of a misplay in the beginning of the last game where I played Explosive Trap. I should have just Hero Powered and then played Bow and then Explosive Trap afterwards. As soon as I played it, I kind of realized that I was like, nah, that was probably the wrong play, because generally in a Miracle match, they don't really run Blue Hoarders that often, so it threw me off a little bit. But I'm pretty confident in our last deck, so I feel like I have a good chance still.
What have you been playing for the last deck?
I'll be playing Warrior, so it's my last deck.
And Warriors, you feel like is pretty good for you, just for your style, because people know that when you play decks, you like to play more of that controller slow style that you're very good at, right?
Generally, yes, yeah. I play a pretty wide variety of decks, and I played a lot of this deck, so I feel pretty comfortable about it.
All right. Well, good luck. Down but not out. Puffin from Clarity Gaming.
Thanks.
We'll be right back with Fight Night.